Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am taking you guys thrifting with me. I actually just got back from the thrift store, but I forgot to film the little intro in the parking lot. So here we are. So yeah, I went to the Goodwill. Today is actually the 4th of July. I wasn't sure if they would be open, but they were. I had a donation to drop off, and so I ran inside and I took you guys along. I don't have Amelia with me today, so I was able to actually like take my time and go through the store, and yeah, let's go.
Okay, so here is when we first walked through the door. I mentioned already this was the 4th of July that I went, and so that was a Thursday, and the sale tags were pink tags, and those were 30% off. So I do kind of keep that in mind as I'm shopping, but because 30% off is not that big of a difference when you look at the pricing of the items at my store, I'm still mostly looking at brand and style. And of course, condition before I'm really considering the price. It has to be a really good piece, and then the price has to be right as well. This particular day, I did find a few things, and I will have a haul at the end of the video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But a lot of it I do find on camera, so you'll get to see some fun things. I'm just taking you through this front section here. They have all these different displays set up with kind of I don't know, just like a random assortment of things. There's clothing, there's hard goods as you saw, there's jewelry, shoes, all kinds of stuff. So they kind of just make like a beautiful display in the front. Most of those are black tags. Their black tags is not included in the sale rotation, so those ones never go on sale, and they're usually priced way high. So I won't even look at price on those items unless it's like an amazing brand, because I already know it's probably more than I want to spend. I saw these were new bins going out, by the way, of shoes. I saw these platform heels, and I thought they were really cute, but they're just Katy Perry, so they don't have enough resale value for me to pick up. And again, these are their new ones going out, so all of those are going to be priced up high. Since I had some extra time in the store today, I decided I was not on a time limit, which almost never happens when I'm sourcing. I decided to take my time and look through handbags, which I usually avoid this section, and I've showed you guys in a couple other videos why. The prices on the handbags at my store are pretty insane. Like Liz Claiborne, usually $20. So it just makes it where I normally can't find any deals in this section. So I pretty much just stopped even looking over here. I only go over to this section maybe like once a month, because it is usually not worth my time to even look through it. So that's unfortunate, because I do love selling handbags. But yeah, like, okay, so here was a Vera Bradley that was only $6, which is actually one of the lowest prices I've seen on bags here. But I don't sell Vera Bradley anymore because it just does not move for me. In fact, I think I still have several bags in my inventory because it just is not selling. All right, there's like 4 aisles of bags, so I think I went around the corner here to find some more, and yeah, this is just me sorting through, looking for anything decent, and there really wasn't a lot to look at this day, like as far as quality bags that I would have considered picking up if the price was right. Oh, I did spot this suitcase when I came around the corner, and I was really tempted to pick it up. I also found this Petunia pickle bottom diaper bag, which I put in my cart to look comps up, and the comps on this were honestly very like up and down, so I didn't end up getting it because they wanted $20 for it, and I just didn't think it was a good investment. I didn't know for sure that I'd be able to make it back quickly. This is the bag I was talking about, though, the suitcase. It swivels well. I was really wishing I had had that on my trip, because my youngest daughter's bag was more like this bag that I'm looking at next, another Disney-themed bag. It didn't have the full swivel, and it was really short, and it made it really difficult to get through the airport with. So, but I know I'm not going to travel again for a long time, so I didn't buy it, even though it would be nice to have it. I just didn't want to spend the money on it that day. So I don't even remember what it was priced at. I think it actually was a good price, maybe $20 or something. Anyways, as I'm going through here, I am finding a few things that I wanted to look up. So I'm just putting those in my cart so I can look them up all at once, since I am filming. Normally I would look them up as I go, but since I was using my phone to film this day, I just decided it was easier to set it in my cart, look it up, and then put it back. I don't know that brand, but it didn't feel quality enough to stop and look up. This one intrigued me, so I did stop to look it up. It's called Grace Cali. That's the name of the brand. It had some extra branding. Usually if a bag has a lot of branding on it, I'll stop and look it up because that can mean quality, but that particular item didn't have any value, so I did end up putting that back. In fact, I put all of it back. The only thing I ended up getting from this section was this little makeup rainbow case. I don't know if you guys noticed me put that in the cart, but I did buy that, but it's just for personal use. I needed a new one. This here is Isaac Mizrahi. It felt like pretty decent quality, so I thought I'd look it up, but it actually didn't have any value. Oh, and I'm showing you this bag too. It's actually B. Mikowski, and they had it priced at $30. So I wanted to show you guys this because this is kind of what I deal with in the bag section. If I finally find a decent bag, it's usually priced too high to pick up. So I did obviously put that back as well. All right, moving on to the clothing. I didn't stay in the bags long, as you could see, because it's just not worth it. Usually start with, like, these are long sleeve tops, I think. I usually start in the top section because it is extremely easy to shop through, so I kind of warm up there, I guess you could say. But I do go through some other sections later on. My store has massive amount of top sections. They have I think it's like 2.5 rows of the long sleeve. Then they have a sweater section. They have a short sleeves section. They have a tank top section. There's just a lot of tops, and all of those have like 2 to 3 aisles. So my store is pretty large. I don't think I've ever like just showed you guys the entire store, but it's pretty big. So I realized when I was going through this footage that I sorted through a lot of tops on camera, and I do apologize. It's just the easiest thing to film when I'm sorting through is tops. I did go through other sections though. You're just not going to see them all. Anyways, as I'm talking, I'm looking through and not finding much. That Madewell top was priced pretty high, I think, even with the pink tag. Those are like that Madewell that I found and the Prana that I found. I would only pick those up at $1.99 day. So even though they were pink tag, 30% off wasn't enough because their prices are crazy here. So a lot of the stuff that I'm finding, I would pick up if it was $1.99. But I'm just looking for higher end items this day because I know that I'm going to be paying more than I usually do, so it needs to be something real good. But I do find some things, so stay tuned for that. Nothing here though. This section was pretty boring. A lot of the normal things that I see, a lot of Old Navy. Oh, I stopped for this. Okay, this confused me for a second. There is a brand called Etro, which is a higher end brand. This is Entro, which I usually don't get confused with the two, but I had to stop and think about it for a second. And in fact, I think I stopped filming to look it up just to make sure that I had it right. Entro is the lower end. Etro without the N is the higher end brand. So, but they tried to trick me with that tag. It looked different than what I'm used to seeing, so I had to stop and think about it for a second. Anyway, keep going here. There's not a whole lot that I'm finding this day in this section, as you can see. This cloth and stone was really nice, but $12.99 for a button down. It's just kind of crazy. Even 30% off, that was a pink tag, but I still thought it was too much. Sorry, I'm fixing hanger there. I usually do stop to fix the hangers, you guys. A lot of times I do it off camera though. David Lerner is a good brand, but it just doesn't sell for me, and this top was pretty plain, so I didn't get it. Also, they wanted $8 for just a long sleeve top, so yeah, I'm not gonna pay that unless it's a really, really good brand. I wanted to leave some of that just sorting in there for you guys so you can see how long it takes to find stuff. But this is something navy, which is sold at Revolve. I really liked the contrasting stitch on this, and it was in excellent condition. It was, a little wrinkled, but no stains or anything. It looks like it was hardly worn, and the price was right on that item. I still see all this Zara. If you guys remember my last shop with me, that all that Zara came in at once. It's still here because they priced it too high. It's now the color tag of the week, so it's 30% off. So it's been here for a month now. Oh, I stopped at that tag because it said Prairie Mountain, and for a second I thought it said Prairie Underground. If you guys don't know, Prairie Underground, big bolo. I've only found it one time, and it's been years since I last found it. So still on the lookout to find it again. It's a great brand, but Prairie Mountain, not, well, as far as I know. I didn't stop to look it up, but I don't think that's anything. So here's a cabbie top again. It was pink tag, but just still too high of a price for me. I decided to move on from the tops. I got bored of tops and I moved on to dresses, and I'm so glad I did because I found this, which is amazing. Hunter Bell, $12.99 and new tags. So that went in my cart super fast. It's a really nice longer length dress. I think it's either a midi or a maxi. I believe it's a maxi, but thumbs up. I was really excited about that. And that was right when I started dresses too. So I'm like, okay, let's go. And I did find some really good dresses. It is hard to film the dresses, because they are a little bit above my head, and normally they're really packed in too. Thankfully, this day there was a little bit more room, but this was a Anthropologie brand, but I didn't want to pay that much for it, and I didn't like the style, so I left that behind. Here's an older style American Eagle dress as well. But yeah, this day they didn't have as many dresses as they usually do. Usually I can barely move the hangers. And actually the last time that I was here, not this trip, but the previous trip to this one, the pricing manager was actually the one that checked me out, and I had like 2 dresses in my cart. I bought, like a whole bag full, like I usually do when I'm there. And she was like, "Thank you for buying dresses. Nobody's buying dresses." And I was like, "Well, that's because they're priced too high." And she said that they have been lowering their prices, and she said she was telling me all their strategies. She said they felt like they were packed in too tightly, so they've been putting less on the floor because of that. So they this is MCM, by the way, but it's the wrong MCM. It's not the higher end MCM. It's like a vintage one. Anyways, she was telling me all their strategies of how they're trying to get more sales in that section. Oh, I stopped to look this up. Here's some comps. It wasn't worth picking up, as you can see. This Brooks Brothers was pink tag, but it was still $12.99, and I didn't like the style. These sheath dresses don't move, even though it's Barbie pink. And I did stop to think about it for a second. I just don't want to pay that much for it. But I did find this Flynn Sky, it's a decent brand. It used to be better, but I still really like the style of this, so I did pick this one up as well for $9.99. And I popped in a comp for this. This comp was new with tags, though, to be fair, but it was the closest thing I could see to the exact one I have. I'll look up better comps later. And the dress section was paying off because I also found this Privacy Please. Again, it's a kind of like the Flynn Sky brand. It used to be better, but I still do like picking up this brand when the price is right. That was only $7.99, which is actually a lower price for dresses at my store. Now I'm showing you a few things I put in my cart. This is a brand called Never Fully Dressed. It's a size 10, and this was $9.99. First time finding this brand. This is actually a new to me brand, but I did look it up because it looked like an interesting tag, and it was right by those other dresses, so I knew it could be from the same person. Next, I'm trying to go through skirts here. Again, one-handed, it can be really hard to go through these sections, which is why I don't film them as often. As you can see, I keep accidentally pulling things off hangers, and then I will go back and fix those off camera. And this section, it's not my favorite to go through because it is more challenging to get through, looking at them, but also they just don't sell as well for me. They have been picking up. Skirts are definitely picking up. There was a time that none were selling. Now they are starting to sell again. I do see people wearing them more, but it's just not my top selling category. So I usually only go through this when I have extra time, or like sometimes on Mondays when the store is just packed, I'll go to the skirts because it's usually no one there. So less competition, but in general, it's not my favorite. Oh, I found this Skies Are Blue. What I thought $12.99. What I thought was interesting is it had a Stitch Fix tag on it. I did not know they carried that brand at Stitch Fix. I thought it was just an Urban Outfitters brand, so that was interesting to note. But yeah, I'm not going to pay $12.99 for a Skies Are Blue skirt. I can't sell it for that much. They don't really move. Skies Are Blue is one of those brands that I really have a hard time selling anymore. It just kind of sits in my closet, so... Okay, I decided to, not yet. In a second, I'm going to switch up my strategy because I kept pulling these off the hangers. I was having a difficult time going through these. I thought this was cute, but not a good brand. I end up just looking for maxi length because that is what is selling for me right now. So yeah, as you can see, I'm just looking for the ones that hang lower to see if there is anything decent in here. I saw this particular skirt I thought was really cute, but the brand, I don't know if you guys see the tag. Oh yeah, Arden B. So that's just like a... Junior's brand. Doesn't have much value, unfortunately. I thought that was actually a really cute skirt, though. I might have picked it up for my personal use, but don't need any skirts right now. And I'm just checking the rest of the full length skirts to see if there's anything else that is worth picking up, but I don't think I ended up finding any. Oh, this was cool though. I did look at this for a second. I thought about it, but I put it back. It's very Y2K. It's dead stock. It does have its tag still attached. It was only $7.99, but the brand is just Dress Barn. It is a larger size. It was a size 16, so I was really tempted, but I ended up putting it back. I didn't want to pay that much for it. Maybe if it was $1.99, I probably would have picked it up, but I didn't want to take a chance on it. Y2K, it can be a hit or a miss, so it really, really depends on style, and I just wasn't sure about that particular style. So anyways, back to tops, because the tops are everywhere in my store. I kind of hesitated on that last tag because it was Bryn, but it wasn't Bryn Walker, which is the Bryn that I'm looking for. And yeah, as you can see, a lot of the same brands pop up over and over again. Lots of Land's End. AGB is one I see a lot. This was the Lucky brand. I just was curious about the price on that one. I think it was $12.99. Pink tag, 30% off, but I pretty much, Lucky Brand's one that's on my list of only pick up when it's $1.99. So I usually won't buy that unless that's the price, because it doesn't move as quickly or for as much. Here's a cabbie for $12.99. A lot of this was pink tags, but just still over my budget for being able to flip it. So I did find this in the top section, which I thought was interesting because this is actually a rash guard. So it's like a swim top, long sleeve. It's from the brand Show Me Your Miu Miu, but it's a diffusion Miu Miu mermaid, which is specifically for their swim items. So I looked up comps and I did end up grabbing that. In a second here, I also grabbed this Parker top because it is a silk blend and it was 30% off of $7.99. So I thought that was a fair price for that item. And then back to more tops, you guys. There were so many tops in my store, so I do apologize. I spent so much time in here, but as I mentioned earlier, it's just so easy to flip through these on camera. So I did go through some pants and I went through more of the skirts and stuff, but it's just difficult to film those. So I do apologize. Next time I'll try harder because I realize there's just a lot of tops and tops get boring, but that is like the majority of my store for some reason, just tops and tops.
All right, I am now back. I'm going to show you guys the haul. Even though I showed most of this in the store, I will show you the haul real quick so you can see what I actually ended up taking home. So the first thing is this Flynn Sky dress. This is a maxi length dress, and it's just really beautiful. It's floral, disty floral. It has a nice big open slit, long slit. It's a size medium. Flynn Sky is one of those brands that it was extremely popular for a while, lost some of its following. So it's not selling as quick as it once did, but I thought this piece was beautiful enough and unique enough to pick up, and it was priced at $10. So I did go ahead and grab that. I was kind of on the fence on it, honestly, because I'm trying to find, I'm trying to pick up items that will sell faster, and Flynn Sky is one of those brands that moves a little slower, so I was like kind of back and forth. Same thing with this piece, which I'm going to show you next, but I decided to pick them up because both of these I thought were beautiful enough to help sell them. This one is Privacy Please. This is another brand that at one point was very popular, sold on Revolve, but it is a slower mover for me now. But I did like the style on this. It's a size medium. I'm sure these were donated by the same person. This one was only $7.99, so that also added to my decision to pick it up. It is a maxi length and it's a wrap dress. This one is a true wrap dress, and it's this pretty blue and white stripe. Now, this one, because it's like this blue and white stripe, I'm going to use like coastal, beachy, those kinds of keywords in the listing to help it get traction and sell a little bit faster. Okay, this is definitely the piece of the day. I was so excited to find this. I don't think I've heard of this brand before, but it just looked like, you know, when you see quality, you can feel the quality, you can tell the quality in the label usually, and it's just one of those brands that made me stop and look at it. So the brand is Hunter Bell. The comps were incredible. This is a size 6, and I showed you in the store, but it is new with tags, which is very exciting. It has this nice structured shoulder, and it is a darker floral, and it is also maxi length. Beautiful dress. I don't know the retail on these, but it must be high because I saw some comps like close to $350 on some of these dresses. Not this exact style. I have to look up this exact style, but a size 6 is not, you know, it's not too small. It's not the best size, but at least it's not like an extra small or a 0 or anything. And I did pay $12.99 for that, which I thought was well worth it. Okay. Next, okay, this is a brand that I have gotten more selective on, and I'll explain why I picked it up. So it's Parker, size small. Again, it is another wrap top, and this one has another structured sleeve. So all of these are very like popular keywords and styles. This is a silk blend. It's like 60% silk, and it was the color tag of the day. So pink tags were 30% off. So $8 plus 30% off. I'm not even gonna try to do math in my head because I've only had 1 cup of coffee today and I'm like half asleep, but whatever that works out to be. So I feel like it was a good enough deal that I went ahead and grabbed it. If it hadn't been a silk blend and on sale, I wouldn't have bought it. But those 2 factors pushed me over the edge to go ahead and purchase it. This is Miu Miu Mermaid, which is from Show Me Your Miu Miu. They have like a swim line. And this is a size small. I got it because it's this really nice rash guard. Rash guards do really well for me. And because this is a nicer brand, and it looks like it was never worn, I thought definitely home run on that. I paid $7.99. Comps for this were about, I saw a lot of comps selling at $29.99. I saw quite a few. I didn't see much of this particular pattern though, like none listed, and I didn't see very many sold. So I think it might be more of a rare pattern, but I still expect to get about 30 for that. All right, this was a new to me brand, but it was right next to those other like higher end dresses. And so the tag looked interesting. So I stopped and looked it up. It's called Never Fully Dressed is the brand. And you can see it's tacked on. That's one of the signs. It has this like cursive writing. There's just a few signs that kind of tell you it's a nicer brand. So I stopped to look it up, and comps on these were actually pretty decent. This is a size 10, so that's a nice size as well. I do like that size. And I paid $9.99 for it. This one's like a midi length dress, and it's a floral, ditzy floral again. It has this like high neckline as well, which was kind of interesting. And then it has these layered ruffle sleeves with a contrasting fabric. So I thought that was pretty fun. All right, and then the last thing that I bought is from Something Navy. I think Something Navy is either on Revolve or Aritzia. I always get mixed up which website carries which brands. Those 2 websites, I always get them confused. But this is a size large, so it's a nice size, and it was only $5.99. So I thought that was worth picking up. It's this really nice like white pullover sweatshirt, and it has the stitching on it that's like exposed stitching. I thought it was really cute. It's in excellent condition. I don't think it was worn. I'm actually tempted to keep this, but I have enough sweatshirts, so I probably won't. And plus my daughter would spill on it and ruin it probably right away. So anyways, that is everything I found today. So not a lot. And I was actually in the store in the clothing section because I went to clothing and then hard goods. But in the clothing section, I was there for an hour, you guys, and that is all that I found. On the non-sale days, it's really hard. You guys would have seen. I find a lot of brands that I would pick up at $1.99, but I'm not going to pay $8 to $12 for them. So I get really, really picky and only pick up brands that are like higher end when I am there on a non-Monday. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this shop with me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.